thought we had everything solidified when we came in, and then all of a sudden, boom, we don't have a label. We don't know what's going on.
He sent it to all of us, including Gary. And Gary came in the next day. He's like, "Hey man, you ready to record?" Like 10 a.m. And he's like, "Yeah, you ready to do this shit?" And we're like, "Hey, did you check your email?" And he's like, "Nah." And I'm like, "Well, you should check your email." Gary heard it, and Gary was pumped. Gary said, "Fuck, let's do this."
I think that that was really the spark that lit the fire for writing this album. And the second somebody told us that they didn't have enough faith in us to make that record happen, we just took it as a slap in the face and kind of just decided, you know, we're not going to do this for you. You know, we're going to do this for ourselves, and we're going to make this something special.
If we hadn't been working with Gary right now, we'd be fucked. And the thing is, I feel like with Gary, I feel like we did end up making the right decision by coming to Gary, because we have a chemistry with Gary that I feel like if we went somewhere else and worked with someone else, then this record wouldn't have been as special, and I don't feel like we could have tapped into a level of potential that we could have if we went somewhere else.
It's gonna keep the people moving. You have all the different stuff going on and showing off. It ends up like you take away from the song.
Right. Goes over people's heads.
Yeah,
they
just
stop paying attention to the main thing.
I think one of the things I realize is not everyone's listening to it from the standpoint of being a musician.
Dude,
that's where I was last album. Last album I was like, dude, I want to fucking impress people.
Yeah.
I want this to be sick. I want everyone to be doing like this crazy, impressive shit. And now we're kind of realizing, nah, if we write good songs, it's better.
About songs.
Gary is as much a part of this band as the members of this band. He's really put himself into this band and this album on a personal level. Not just as a producer, but also as a friend and as someone who believes in the music. You know, he believes in our songs just as much as we do.
He's just a really smart person. He knows how music works, and he made my playing on this album a lot better. He made everyone's performances on this album a lot better.
This is the one he gives me the most. It's Warped Tour, there's 40,000 people. You're gonna sing to them, what do you sing to them? Like, that's pretty much all he says, like, every single time. He's like, Warped Tour, it's Warped Tour. Like, I'll be singing and then I'll turn around and he'll have his shirt off, like, somehow. I have no idea how he got his shirt off, but it's just off, and, like, it just gets me more pumped. I'm like, yeah, let's do this! Like,
building like a little booth, kind of, sort of, just to like tame the reflections.
John D, he's vocalist for a band called Coda Kings, and he's doing production work on the album with Gary, some engineer work. He's been great. He's here. He's got another job, so he's here about 3 or 4 days a week, and he's, you know, tracking, comping, doing everything to help Gary out, and he's been a great force on this record as well. He works really, really hard.